Yes, Vortex. A lot of the things that people think are working, it's because of a placebo. So get this, they found that a lot of these pharmaceuticals, whether they're the stabbies, you know what I'm talking about, the stabbies, or the open your mouth and swallow, those things, they found that placebos work better than the actual medicine. Can you believe that? Okay, yeah, I can't tell. It does feel different though. It also smells like mint now. So maybe that's it. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay. Yeah, I've never understood why people like hide the things that they do like on a daily basis, you know. That's why I talk about everything. That's why I talk about drug use. That's why I talk about masturbating. That's why I talk about, you know, taking a painful shit and reminding myself that there are children being passed around in pedophile rings, so I shouldn't complain about my terrible choices in food. And, you know, it's like there's so many things that like we complain about, but we like do it to ourselves, you know. And like I really don't want to eat because like the food is really bad. And I should know, I've worked in food service for like 20 years, so I can tell you for a fact that it's really bad. And I mean, every industry is bad. Like, they're purposely, like, producing, like, worse and worse products. That's, like, everything. So, I definitely think it's by design. But, like, okay, so I have to talk about it. There's a lot of misgivings about everything, okay? Like, is the term misgiving the correct term? Misgivings, like it's wrong? Like, it's the wrong assumption? It's the wrong sentiment? Like, I've always felt that the world was a bad place, and I've always felt like, you know, we can't trust anything. See, I'm looking around me like, can't trust anybody, right? Who's behind me? Nobody's driving behind me right now. But yeah, like, I think because I'm naturally paranoid, there's a lot of stuff that like I didn't give into that everybody else gave into, and now they're really mad at themselves, but they don't really know how to voice that. I mean, people are finally starting to like realize that smartphones were a really bad idea, and social media is not good for your psyche and all that. And a lot more people, I think that they're just kind of apathetic about it. Like, they're just so used to it that they like pretend that that's normal, and you know, they look at people like me like we're just lame and stupid because we're not going along with things, and we should, you know, get with the times and everything. But like, I don't fit in, you know. I don't like what people do. I never have. But you know, when I grew up in the 90s, it made like a little bit more sense than it does now. But I think that every generation just gets worse, and it's like there's bye. Aw, where the fuck are they gonna go? Seriously. I hope they tear apart that fucking neighborhood. I do. I hope like all the deer like just show up at people's doorsteps demanding food, and I hope that they like, you know, run through people's windows and well, you can't get mad at the deer like when their whole living space is being plowed through, you know? It's just terrible. It's absolutely terrible. They don't know where to go. They don't know what to do. Anyway, what were we bitching about? We're bitching about the world. Bitching about the world. Yeah, so a lot of people don't understand mental illness, and the reason they don't understand mental illness is because they don't understand the world we're living in, and they're just subtracting the spiritual element of life. You know, when I was thinking about alcohol, you know, when you drink alcohol, that's definitely a spirit, and so if there's bad in you, that's definitely going to be awakened through you know, booze, beer, wine, whatever it is you're drinking. And you know, I think that there's a spiritual element of everything that we do, but especially food. And so I was thinking about the food and drug administration. I find that vernacular pretty interesting, because it's like they're basically admitting that they are administering drugs through the food. I'm the only one that'll twist it and make that kind of conspiratorial sense out of it because of my schizo brain, that people would think is some kind of disease. But I'm telling you, the problem with schizophrenics is the same problem with everybody. People don't have fucking discernment. So those voices, I read somebody was saying that like their daughter has schizophrenia, and it's just horrible because the voices are telling her not to eat. And I was just thinking like, man, like those voices are right sometimes. They are, dude. Like, oh my God, I just want to fucking gag, like every time. Like, you see, like, the way that my country just, like, fucking chows this shit down, and it's total slop. It's total fucking slop, dude. But yeah, I can't not bitch about it because, like, I see it all the time. Like, I work in an industry that's responsible for it, and yet people don't seem to mind being poisoned. So this friend of mine, the one that was in that video recently, his name's Eric. He's the guy with the beard. He said hi in the video. There usually aren't special appearances by people, because, you know, these videos tend to be all me, but like occasionally the very few people that I hang out with or talk to from time to time, like they'll show up in a video. You know, Ronit was in a few videos. Lexi, bitch I work with, like my coworkers, they'll sometimes show up in the video. But I think Ronit's been in a handful of my videos. But just one handful though, not two. But Okay, so Eric was telling me that they can put up to 20% sawdust into Rice Krispies before people notice that it's fucking sawdust. And I was thinking, well, you know, Rice Krispies, that texture is similar to sawdust. Like, it's dusty, you know, it's a dusty cereal. But it's like, why are they doing a study like that? Like, that's pretty fucked up that study was done. You know, but obviously it's pretty ominous. It's pretty ominous that studies like that are conducted just to prove like how little attention people pay to things and how much they can get away with, you know? So that's pretty scary shit. But anyway, back to the voices. Yeah, the voices are gonna tell you to do stupid shit, but every once in a while they're right. Which proves that they're not totally demonic. Like, if they're telling you the truth, I think that with schizophrenia and bipolar disorder, or whatever the fuck, manic depressive, borderline personality, what have you, I think that they're on the same sort of spectrum, because you get that very narcissistic, demonic element that's obsessive and it takes over everything. And so of course there's going to be like a lot of that negative stuff about you, negative stuff that's like trying to make you self-destruct, you know, like drink more, drink more, drink more, drink more, drink more, you know, that voice. Smoke more pot, you're not high enough, you know, that voice. Buy this shit, you need more of the same thing, buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it. Why aren't you buying it? Buy it! That voice. Well, that voice will tell you these medications are bad because we can't cry. That's it's the same voice, it's just different, like demonic. There's that demonic element. It's very destructive. But then there's that spiritual element that's true. It's just, it's protective. So I think with narcissism, like, I really, really believe that everything has this like narcissistic element to it. And if it has a narcissistic element to it, it's bad. Like, what makes something obsessive compulsive, dangerous to yourself, dangerous to others, whether you're trying to hurt yourself or you're trying to hurt somebody else, it's narcissistic. I'm trying to figure out what this song is. But I think that there's that very protective, you know, survival. Like, the voices come from, like, the survival mode. So like the same voices that schizophrenics hear, I would say that narcissists hear those voices too. It's just schizophrenics tend to be right about the world. I mean, I've not been wrong. So many things that have happened that I predicted. And the rest of the world, like, so many people agree with me. They agree with my take on technology. More people are coming forward talking about how bad the psychiatric drugs are. But with food, I was talking about this earlier on my way to work. Oh, they're playing Sheryl Crow. I've never been there, but the brochure looks nice. She's a good songwriter. I know her shows are her songs pretty generic, but I think she's simple. Not everything has to be complicated. The last line of the song, though, the song is "Every Day's a Winding Road," by the way. The final line of the song, before she does the chorus again, is I've been wondering if all the things I've seen are ever real, were ever really happening. I don't know when she wrote this song. I don't know if she was in her 30s. I think she was. But anyway, what was I saying? I was talking about food. How, like, yeah, fasting, not eating certain foods, like, they don't want to explore the metabolic, see, I still don't know how to pronounce the word, metabolic, I think that's how you say it, metabolic. They don't want to like look into the metabolic side of health, which is ridiculous. But it's like, why would people think that like the stuff you eat doesn't affect your brain? You know, the fact that people don't realize that we're connected, like everything's connected. Like, here it is. All the things I've seen were ever real, were ever really happening, ever really happening. Sorry, I get distracted very easily, but this is a great song, okay? Every day is a winding road, every day is a faded sign. I don't know if every day I get closer to feeling fine, but she did write this song in the 90s, I think. Things were a little bit more hopeful back then. But be quiet for a little bit. The reason why they don't want to talk about diet is because that involves like personal responsibility. Like that's really what it is. You know, in this 12-step program I go to, whenever we like finish the meeting, there's this popular saying that everybody says at the same time, which I know sounds very culty, but it makes a lot of sense if you think about it. Keep coming back, it works if you worth it. Keep coming back, it works if you work it. And some people will even add, and you're worth it. But it's all true. Keep coming back. Like, there are plenty of people, and I'm one of them too, plenty of people that don't get it the first time around. But if they keep coming around, they'll get it eventually. You know, hopefully. Keep coming back. It works if you work it. It works if you work it. But people don't want to work for what they want. They don't want to work for their health. And they trust all these people that make money off of them. And you know what's crazy is that they all can afford a smartphone. So it's like, if they really wanted more information on like how to feel better, they could look it up. I don't know if they just don't know how to do their own research, or maybe like the stuff that they're looking up like isn't helping them. I guess maybe you have to be like a really, really curious person in order to look at alternative information. But they're definitely not going to advertise something like the keto diet. You know, they're definitely not gonna tell you like, you know, if you just fast, you get all these toxins out of your body, and you can make better decisions. If you make better decisions, like, you're not going to have the same problems with, you know, brain fog and like your memory's not very good. You know, of course they're not going to talk about the screens being a problem either. You know, it's like all the things in our society that make it worse, people don't want to talk about. But that's why I think that the Donald Trump presidency was totally like premeditated. I mean, I think all of them are. But I don't think that we have a say in anything that happens in this country, or any country really. I think that it's I don't know, it's obvious to me. But, you know, people like the false illusion of choice, that they love it. Like the illusion of choice makes them feel like they're in control. So it's like, I would rather listen to my voices because I have discernment. Schizophrenia is dangerous because they don't have discernment. Once they get discernment, they can control everything. I mean, seriously, like, once you understand your energy, you can harness it. And whenever you do that, like, you'll be unstoppable. That's the thing. They don't want people to know that they have the power within themselves. But, like, yeah, the voices are going to tell you all kinds of stupid shit. I need to like write down like a comprehensive list of like voices to listen to and voices to not listen to. But like when it comes to my body, like certain types of energy, like if I'm feeling a particular energy off of somebody and like I'm telling myself get away from this person, like I need to listen to that, you know, rather than wait to see if my body was lying to me. You feel it. You feel like a tension. Well, you know, I mean, that's how I feel when I eat certain food now. And I mean, that's why I had to stop drinking. Like, if it does bad things to me, if it makes me make bad decisions, it's bad. I should stop listening to that voice, you know? God, I remember when this song came out. I fucking hated it. Don't let go, you got the music in you. I don't remember who sang this. It was a one-hit wonder, I know that. We got the dreamer's disease. This song is nowhere near as bad as like all the crap that's out now. It sounds like it's trying to be like all these other bands. Like it's trying to be like U2. You gotta get what you give or something like that. We only get what we give. Who sang this? There will be an asterisk in the description whenever we go on the internet and figure this out. But we have to wait to go on the internet because I don't have the internet on me. Thank you, Lord. It kind of sounds like the Verve, too. Okay. I've got to get gas. But, yeah, so... with fasting, with sobriety, with prayer, like you have to do that shit. You know, you have to make the effort, you have to reach out. God will reach back, but you have to try, you know? But people just want shit to be done for them. But yeah, I mean, changing your diet though, I mean, that's really hard. Don't think I don't know how hard that is. I'm just saying, like, if you have suspicions about the food, if it doesn't taste right, like, yeah, it's bad. That's why. But yeah, I can't tell normal people, like, how I feel about anything. Because it's funny, like, if I, like, was totally open about my beliefs, like, all these people that are, like, skeptical about whether or not I'm actually, like, schizo, they would totally believe me. because it's like delusional thinking to believe that like the world is as bad as I think it is. But I think that we're right about pretty much everything. And all the stuff that we're wrong about, we jump for joy about it, you know? I wish I was wrong about way more. But it's nothing to gloat about. But that's kind of like why I have to be so isolated. Because like, even I can't deal with this sometimes, you know? It's hard to contain. Anyway. Ooh! Everybody wants to rule the world. It's an amazing song.